Hey everyone, Jag Taggart 93 back again, wishing everyone a very and happy Quake XMAS. This is part 3 of looking at the Quake XMAS map jam for 2019. This will be my last video before I head on down to meet my family and we'll celebrate the holidays. So, we got 4 more maps to look at, and we're going to start with Trials of the Insane by Glans. Now this one is a very fun map. It's arena style, and in terms of progression, it's pretty simple. You stand in a room, enemies come out in waves, you take out all the waves, you go to the exit. Simple, right? Well, what makes this map stand apart is how it uses some great psychology to build anticipation. You see, the first room has so many warning signs for danger ahead, be it the switches or the armor. First impressions, I was thinking that if I press a button, out would come a monster. I'd grab the armor, out would come up some soldiers or something like that. But no. Instead, the author shows restraint, and you hit the switch, nothing happens. You get the armor, nothing happens. But then you elevate up to the higher level, and then there's that building anticipation. And on the upper level, yes, you do have these waves coming in, but you also have these mechanical saw traps as well, too, that makes maneuvering and shooting a bit more difficult and a bit more tricky. Now, how this map wraps up is really something. There's a bit of a surprise at the end, actually. These platforms, they raise and lower, and as they do, and one by one, Minotaurs come out. There's about 2 of them, if I remember correctly, and then on the third wave, I'm expecting another Minotaur or a Shambler-like enemy, because that seems to be the pace we're going with. But instead, you get a bunch of soldiers that all yelling surprise, and the room floods. But there's a pentagram protection to help you out as well too, and it's just damn fun. And I'll be honest, I actually jumped when that final ambush occurred, because I was expecting another Yeti or I keep calling them. I don't know why I always call the Minotaurs Yetis, but I was expecting another Minotaur or even a Shambler-like enemy or a Shambler itself to come out, or maybe 2 Shamblers, but having a horde of soldiers at the very end like that. And how it was paced, and there's a rhythm to the waves too that the author definitely knew what they were doing. It built that anticipation, made me jump, and it was a great experience. And of course, it's gorgeous to look at as well too, so I just wish that there was a secret or 2 involved in this map, but still, it's an 88% for me, and an excellent and fun experience. Now the second map, Roba L Chi by Ionous. I probably just butchered that, but again, I don't think I'm supposed to pronounce that entirely correctly, because, well, this map is amazing. It's amazing, and I'm a sucker for lore-heavy maps, and yeah, that's what we got here. We got a map that fits right in with the style of OG Quake, especially Episode 4 of Quake, being steeped in Lovecraftian mythos about the burial chamber of Abdul al-Hazred. You're about to explore these Arabian catacombs and search for the journals of the mad poet himself, but be wary of the many, and I mean many, demons and monsters that lurk within, along some really nasty traps as well. The flavor to this one is excellent. It feels so much larger than it actually is. The tight corridors and narrow arches, more often than not, are a welcome aid in combat for cover and for bouncing grenades along from. There's also plenty of secrets, all of which are numbered, which is a very simple but effective way to tempt further backtracking and exploration, actually. I don't see that very often in Quake, especially when maps have a lot of secrets, but numbering them actually was pretty cool, because you'll be walking along and you'll get, the 4th secret, but you don't remember seeing a 3rd secret, so the 3rd secret is somewhere behind, so that tempts further exploration and really forces the player, I don't want to say forces, but coerces the player positively to really take in the detail in this map. And yeah, this map has plenty of detail, some excellent flavor text, and just brilliant, actually. I give this one a very strong 94%, and so far it's my favorite map of the pack. And the third map we'll be looking at today is Silo Breakout by Pinchy. Now, if there was ever such thing as a chill, down-tempo Quake map, I think this would be it. The map takes place in a rocket silo, and the scenery is just very cold, sterile, calm, yet techy, yet plain, yet white, yet a bit of blue, and just, I don't know, I dig it. The enemy selection is a little questionable, though. I mean, the grunts fit the theme, but I'm not too sure about the ogres. Even though these are the nail-launching variety, which are able to get at you from across the map, so in terms of gameplay, they fit just fine. It's an okay little map. There's an interesting boss fight in the middle of the silo, followed by a thematic exit upward through it, and I don't really have too much else to say about it. It's one that's best experienced, I think, and yeah, it's a 56% for me. It's a pretty okay map. Now, the last map we're looking at is a seasonal one, Sacrifice Unto Santa by Nyoei. And it's a solid map, and in keeping with the trend that we have here, it's pretty damn aesthetic. Neons and purple dominate the lighting of this map. The design is pretty MC Escher-like, and it sports a nasty difficulty spike towards the end. It's pretty competently put together with a lot of thought put into the monsters and item placement along narrow platforms and walkways. Outside the name, there really isn't much of Christmas here, but towards the end you're warned though not to get too cornered, lest you be sacrificed to Santa himself, and I was kind of hoping that this was hinting at a showdown against the man in the big red suit himself, but no luck. Still, it's a good playthrough and I appreciated the Merry Christmas message at the end, so it's a 62% for me. Alright, now I'm well aware that there's a whole lot more to this map jam that I got into. The atrium area, for example, is nicely decorated, very thematic. Finding the nightmare difficulty isn't too hard at all, though, but kudos and credit to all the map makers in this, from the atrium to each and every single map, from the ones I reviewed to the ones I didn't quite get to. Definitely a worthy download and playthrough, and I will see everyone in 2020. Have a merry, happy, and Quakemas. This is Jag Taggart 93 signing out. Y'all have a good one.